welcome to this second game of Day 3 of the 2019 MIAA Baseball Championship between the Missouri Southern State University Lions and the Central Missouri Mules. I'm Shelby White. First pitch underway to Mason Janvern, who's leading things off for the Mules. The visitors on the board. Despite being the 1 seed, it's the first meeting between them and Missouri Southern, so they will be the visitors. 1 ball and 1 strike. Following Janvern's, we'll get to the starting lineups for the Mules. Alex Madera, the shortstop, bats second. Eric Webb, the right fielder, bats third. Batting cleanup, Harrison Snurbush, the third baseman. Michael Sinks, the second baseman, is fifth. Cole Taylor at first, bats sixth. Josh Schumacher, batting seventh, is in left field. Designated hitter Donovan Ditto hits eighth, and the catcher, Zach Whalen, will bat ninth. And Janvern, after being down 1 ball, 2 strikes, flies out to center field for the first out of the inning. Going back to track that and make the catch was Mike Million. Force the Lions. Defensively for the Lions, it's Joey Reeves on the circle. His battery mate will be Lentz. And from the catcher will be Dan Lentz. Going from first to third, it's Matt Miller. Dexter Swims, Denver Coffey at short. Freddie Landers at third. Then left to right, Ryan Hunter, Mike Million, and Troy Gagin. 1 ball, 1 strike on Alex Madera. He'll ground it through the hole between third and short. Scooping it up is Hunter, and it's a 1-out single for Alex Madera. Shortstop for the Mules. That'll bring up Eric Webb, the right fielder. Webb last night against Pittsburgh State went 0 for 3, although he was hit by a pitch. He eventually came around to score. Square on the bunt in this at-bat and pull it back. Central Missouri has won both of their games thus far in the tournament, having to come from behind in both of them. Defeating first the number 8 seed Missouri Western State University Griffins on Thursday by a score of 5-4. And then defeating the Pittsburgh State Gorillas by a host of 5-4 last night. Both times coming from behind in order to do so. 1 ball and 1 strike on Webb. And a pickoff throw over to first. Left-handed thrower Reeves, and he kind of spikes that one over there up to first. First baseman Miller did a good job of knocking it down, but then he lost it. But it was right next to the bag, so Madera will stay put. Sun trying to come out this afternoon for this second game. First game was between Missouri Southern and Lindenwood, with Missouri Southern winning 7-2. That game started at 10 a.m., originally scheduled for 9 a.m., but because of the weather that moved in late last night, early this morning, got pushed back an hour. The 2-1 sent deep into left. Looking back for it is Hunter. He's going to go up and play it off the wall. Then he mishandles it. Being waved around third is Madera. And pulling into second with a double is Eric Webb. And just like that, Central Missouri jumping on top of Missouri Southern. Hunter played it off the wall perfectly at first, but then he could not get a grip. And when that happened, Alex Madera was given the wave around to score. So back-to-back 2-out hits has given the Mules a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Now powering around the bunt and catching it. Snurbush trying to get down the bunt, but was unable to do so. Reeves fielding his position well, catches the pop-up for out number 1.
Second baseman number 6, Michael Sinks.
Now the batter will be Michael Sinks. Sinks sends it deep into center field. Going back, Million and Hunter. Million makes a slide. Oh, no. He's unable to make the catch. Trying to make a sliding catch at the wall, but it falls down. And that'll have 1 run come in. A triple for Sinks. Coming in to score is Webb. And it's 2-0. Central Missouri in the first. And just like that, there's going to be a discussion. Here's another look at the deep triple. Million made a great valiant effort, and sliding was unable to hold on to it as the ball fell on the ground. Unlike football, the ground can cause a fumble here in baseball. It's 2-0 here in the top of the first. Central Missouri leading Missouri Southern. Reeves will get Cole Taylor to swing over the top of a breaking ball. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch. High, ball 1. Taylor, a .268 hitter on the year. Reeves came in and closed out the first game. And Missouri Southern won over Lindenwood. Pulls off a big breaking ball there. That is then swung over the top of. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 out. A runner on third here in the top of the first. The pitch. Ball low and away. Nice job by Lenz down there to block that. So we have the ball 2 goals and 2 strikes. Swung over the top once more does Taylor, and that will do it. Going to the bottom of the first. It's Central Missouri 2, Missouri Southern coming up. Back after this with more baseball here on the MIAA Network.
Adidas, Wilson Sporting Goods, and McAllen Gordon Construction. Thanks for your support.
Hey, Lance.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
We've got our heads in the game,
our minds in the classroom,
our hands in the community,
and our feet ready for the world.
We're a part of the NCAA Division II experience.
Using our skills
at our universities and in our communities. I chose the MIAA.
I chose the MIAA.
MIAA, the spirit of our communities.
Top of the first saw Central Missouri score 2 runs on 3 hits. They left a man on. No errors committed by Missouri Southern. Now the Lions are going to try and hope that some of the momentum they earned late in the game against Lindenwood will carry over here. Starting pitcher for Central Missouri is Mason Green. His battery mate will be Zach Whalen. And going around first to third is Cole Taylor, Michael Sinks, Alex Madera, Harrison Schnurbush, Josh Schumacher, Mason Janvrin, and Eric Webb. First batter for the Lions is Mike Million, the center fielder, who has seriously flashed the leather in this tournament. First pitch that he sees from the lefty Green is a ball low. Yesterday, Million robbed extra bases from Central Oklahoma, running all the way like he's heading to the back and then making a diving catch for the out. And then in the game against Lindenwood, he ran deep into the right field gap and made a dive and catch for an out. 2-0 swung on and missed, makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. After Million, it'll be Freddie Landers, Troy Gaggin, Denver Coffey, Dexter Swims, Matt Miller, Caleb Nutting, Dan Lenz, and Ryan Hunter for the Lions in their batting order. 2-1 swung on and missed, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and two as Million steps out. Now Green will get the sign and deal low and in, ball 3. Three balls and 2 strikes on Million. Trying to get something going early for the Lions in response to how Central Missouri jumped all over them in the top of the first. That's the benefit of being the higher seed and the winner. Not necessarily the higher seed, but definitely the winner in this double elimination tournament. You only play 1 game a day, whereas if you ever lose, you face the risk of having to win 2 games a day as the tournament moves on. That 3-2 once more ripped foul the third down the left base line. Million is a .275 hitter on the year. 49 hits. Has got some serious power though. He's got 14 doubles and 7 home runs. And Million, whether or not he gets on or not, doing a great job as a leadoff, forcing a lot of pitches thrown. He'll chase a high fastball and go down swinging for strike 3. And the first out of the inning here in the bottom of the first. I'll bring up Freddie Landers. Landers, the third baseman, and in the game yesterday against Central Oklahoma, Landers was 1 for 4. Excuse me, 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a walk. And then this morning, Landers was 3 for 5 with a single, a double, a triple. Ground ball off the fist. Gonna be a tough play for the shortstop. Madera comes in charging. Throw in time. Bang, bang play. Great job by Alex Madera there to come in and field it bare hand and a quick toss over to record the out. And here's another look at it. That was a very slow roller. Madera, the only one who could make that play as it went out of the reach of Green as he was trying to get it off the mound, even though Green, as a left-handed pitcher, will fall to the third base side where he might have had a play. He had to really try and get off, and he was not able to do so. I'll bring up Troy Gaggin. Gaggin made a phenomenal defensive play to start a double play and in the bottom of the third against the Lindenwood. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Coming into today, Mason Green has 7 wins. And the ball just a little high. 2 balls and 1 strike. He's appeared in 13 games with 12 starts, has Green. And a .241 ERA, that one will be way high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Doesn't walk very many, only 25 in 59 and 2/3 innings. But he will strike out a ton. With 74 coming into today. The 3-1 is sent into shallow center field, and a diving catch made out there in center field by Mason Janvrin to end the inning. And after having a couple defensive gems, Rob Lindenwood of hits, Missouri Southern finds himself robbed of a hit. At the end of 1, it's Central Missouri 2, Missouri Southern nothing. Back after this with more of the 2019 MIAA Baseball Championship after these messages.
label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Top of the second sees the leadoff hitter for Central Missouri and Josh Shoemaker be hit by a pitch and make his way down to first. Joey Reeves has some serious zip on his pitches, but fighting command early here. Now be facing off against the designated hitter Donovan Ditto. Ditto, a .325 hitter on the year, and because of that hit by pitch, there's someone running into the Missouri Southern Lion bullpen, and Ditto will slap it into right field. That will have it be 2 on and nobody out to begin this second inning. And things are really looking bleak in this very, very early stage of the game for the Lions if they want to continue on and play in this tournament. There's going to be a timeout and a mound visit. Nick Tuck, the pitching coach, is going to head out and talk to his pitcher Reeves, try and get him to calm down. And after getting a relatively easy fly out in center to lead off the game, it has been not a whole lot of good for Joey Reeves. Single, a double, and he was able to get Harrison Schnurbush to pop out on a bunt attempt. That was immediately followed by Michael Sinks with a triple. That put up Central Missouri 2-0 where we stand now. And here in the second, it's been a batter hit by pitch, and then also a sharp single to right. Second baseman swims, trying to hold the runner close to second. Good bunt put down by Whalen. Only play is to first, and that will advance the runners to second and third, respectively. And it goes right back to the top of the order for Mason Janvrin, who ended the bottom of the first with a phenomenal diving play. Here's another look at the bunt. Whalen did a great job waiting for it, getting out early and laying it down. First pitch to Janvrin is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. So there's runners at second and third with 1 out now. Reeves will deal and miss high. Makes it 2-0, and now the 2-0 sent into shallow right. It's going to bounce in front of the right fielder Gagan, and it's going to be an RBI single for Janvrin. Putting runners at the corners is advancing to third is Ditto. Schumacher came in to score, and normally it's late inning walks that will kill a team, but you start off an inning by hitting a batter, and that'll hurt you too. It's already 3-0. Central Missouri leading Missouri Southern, and the Mules really wanting to get a run rule, it seems, and retire be easy. Central Missouri, the #1 team in the Central region. First pitch over to Alex Madera as a bunt. Going to come home, and now they're going to have the runner Ditto cut down at the plate as they were trying to do a squeeze play, but the bunt wasn't far enough away to where they could have got the out easily. So now there's a runner first and second with 2 out, and not even getting out of the second inning is Joey Reeves, as head coach Bryce Darnall will come out and make the pitching change. The lefty done after facing only 11 batters. So, pitching change coming in for the Lions. We'll step aside for break and come back with more of the 2019 MIAA Baseball Championship Tournament after this.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Hershey, the 6'2", 190-pound senior out of Coffeyville, Kansas, coming to Missouri Southern courtesy of Coffeyville Community College, and he's got the tall order of having runners on first and second with only 1 out and trying to keep this deficit at 3-0. Hershey's first batter will be Eric Webb.
Right fielder, Eric Webb.
Webb doubled in his last at-bat. He'll foul the first pitch out of play. And running over to try and make the catch, but running out of room, is Lenz. Landed just on the opposite side of the netting. Hershey pitched in the loss against Central Oklahoma. Only gave up 2 hits. Hershey comes set and deals. That one is popped up into shallow center field. It will be grabbed by Denver Coffey at short to end the inning. So at the end of 1.5, it's Central Missouri 1, 3, Missouri Southern 0. Back after this on the MIAA Network.
There are more than 700,000 alumni throughout the world from MIAA member schools.
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of the Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/teamworks.
We've got our heads in the game,
our minds in the classroom,
our hands in the community,
and our feet ready for the world.
We're a part of the NCAA Division II experience.
Using our skills
at our universities and in our communities. I chose the MIAA.
I chose the MIAA.
MIAA, the spirit of our...
Central Missouri scored 1 run on 2 hits. They left 2 on in the top of the second to take a 3-0 lead over Missouri Southern as we enter the bottom of the second here. And the first batter is going to be Denver Coffey, and he'll send one out of play along the right field line for strike 1. Depending on how this matchup plays out, if Missouri Southern were to beat Central Missouri, they would play tomorrow at 9 a.m. to determine who would play for the championship on ball and a 1 strike on Coffey. The 1-1 swung on and missed, 1 ball and 2 strikes. However, Central Missouri were to win, the next step would be to see how the game that Central Oklahoma will play at approximately 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight turns out. As Central Oklahoma will play the winner of Missouri Western and Pittsburgh State. 1-2 swung on and missed by Coffey. And he is the second strikeout victim of Green today.
Second baseman number 1.
Missouri Western and Pittsburgh State will play immediately following this game. About 45 minutes after the conclusion of this, as opposed to what had been scheduled, the roughly hour-ish break, but the weather changed that plan. And now Dexter swims. They watch ball 1 miss high and away. PSU Missouri Western winner will play Central Oklahoma tonight, around 8 o'clock. If Central Oklahoma wins that one, then we could have a championship at anywhere between 12:30 and 4 o'clock tomorrow. The 1-0 outside, 2-0. All sorts of crazy scenarios determining when the official championship game will be played tomorrow on Mother's Day. If both undefeated teams win, in this case Central Missouri and Central Oklahoma, it will be 12:30. 2-0 swung on and missed by Swims. If they both were to lose, we would have a play-in game at 9 a.m., a play-in game at 12:30 p.m., and the championship at 4 p.m. The 2-1 swung on and missed, 2-2. Swims cannot catch up to the heat that Green is throwing. If Central Missouri were to win and Central Oklahoma were to lose, we'd have a play-in game at 12:30 and the championship at 4. And if Central Missouri were to lose and Central Oklahoma were to win, we'd have a play-in game at 9 and the championship at 12:30. Fun stuff, working out a double elimination tournament championship game in 4 days. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out on Dexter Swims. Following him will be Matt Miller, the first baseman. The 2-2 from Green is outside. Count runs full. Swims wanted to try and get his strike zone expanded by Green, and it was so far outside it was just an easy take. The 3-2. That's a breaking ball that doesn't move at all. It's a 1-out walk drawn by Swims, and the Lions have their first base runner of the game there. Bring up the first baseman, Matt Miller. See now how Green can work with a runner on. Shifting way over to the right side of the infield are the Mules. Ground ball right to Madera at short. He'll take it to the bag himself. Step throw over to first. Not in time. The throw drew the first baseman Taylor off the bag, and Taylor able to make the catch, but tried to get the tag and came up empty. Here you see it again, and I think Madera tried to do too much there. He should have just tossed it to his second baseman Sinks, and it would have been a much easier try for the double play. Understand that he wanted to try and do it himself with how far Sinks had to run because of his positioning in shallow right field against the prone to pull hitter Miller, but didn't really help out in that situation. However, they did get the lead runner, so there's a runner at first with 2 outs here. And the batter is Caleb Nutting. Nutting is a .211 hitter on the season. Did not play against Central Oklahoma yesterday, but today against Lindenwood, Nutting was 1 for 4. He had a double in the second, eventually came around to score. Snowballs and 2 strikes on Nutting. Oh, 2 at the knees on the inside corner, and Nutting is run up. Great pitch right there by Green to show that he does finesse along with power. At the end of 2, it's Central Missouri 3, Missouri Southern 0. Back after this here on the MIAA Network.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
We've got our heads in the game,
Our minds in the classroom,
our hands in the community,
and our feet ready for the world.
We're a part of the NCAA Division II experience.
Using our skills
at our universities and in our communities. I chose the MIAA.
I chose the MIAA.
MIAA, the spirit of our communities.
No runs on no hits. Missouri Southern left 1 runner left on base on the bottom of the second. Now the batter cleaned things off for Central Missouri in the top of the third. It's Harrison Schnurbush. He'll be facing off against Bradley Hershey.
Number 8, Harrison Schnurbush.
Hershey, a hard-throwing right-hander. Slings it home sidearm. Misses the zone, ball 1. He'll get the sign from his catcher, Lenz. And then miss low and away, ball 2. That's the hardest part about being a sidearm or a submarine-style pitcher, is that you have to have a perfect release point, otherwise you can miss all over the strike zone. 2-0 in there, 2 balls, 1 strike. If you go over the top, you have a much better chance of just missing up and down. If you had any sort of horizontal movement, you start running the risk of missing left and right as well as up and down, and that'll hurt not just your control, but also your chemistry with your catchers. They can't rely on where the ball will be every time. The 3-1 swung on and missed. That was a very late breaking ball that dove off the end of the table, and Schnurbush swung over the top of it. Now the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2, just a bit inside, ball 4. And the fans who are wearing green frustrated at that call. Looked very close from my vantage point. So now the runner over there at first will be Schnurbush. It's his first time reaching base. His first at bat, he tried to lay down a sac bunt and ended up popping out. That'll be Michael Sinks. Pitch in there for a strike. Sinks hit a triple in his first at bat in the first inning. That drove in Eric Webb for the second Central Missouri run. Throw over to first just as Schnurbush was jumping off the base. Throw over there at first. Keeps him close. The 0-1 on the inside corner, and they check his swing. They appeal the first, say that Sinks did indeed go around. So now he's down the count 0-2. Middle infielders of Coffee and Swims are kind of hugging second base for in double play depth. The 0-2 swung on and missed. A sweeping breaking ball that danced out of the way of Sinks' barrel head. And that is the first out of the inning. And that's also the first strikeout recorded by Hershey. He'll face off against Cole Taylor. Taylor grounds it to second. Swims thought about going to second, but realized there was no shot, so he goes over to first for the second out of the inning. That's a smart play from the freshman to realize what he has and does not have for him as a baseball play. Take a look at it one more time. That was grounded right into the turf in front of home. Nice big hop over to Swims there at second. Was able to get to first in time. Now Jonas Schumacher will look for his first official at bat. He was hit by a pitch to begin the second by starting pitcher Troy Reeves, and then that eventually came around to score. On that outside, 2-0 on Schumacher. Missouri trying to add to this 3-0 lead and give a little more padding to their pitcher, Mason Green. The 2-0. That's yanked fair, just past the diving Miller at first. Rounding third and coming home is Snurbush, and now he's going to be coming into third. Is Schumacher on the triple, as having a problem picking it up off the wall was Gagan. And Central Missouri leads now 4-0. Here's one more look at it. Right down the line, just over the bag, the right call. And then as you see here, takes a carom off the wall, and unable to field it cleanly was Gagan. Reached down for the glove, and that allowed it to roll by him. It's a triple for Snurbush, and he's all set to score the 5th run for the Mules if given the opportunity. Batter now is Donovan Ditto. There's Schumacher there, and Schumacher done a great job thus far getting on. High chopper coming off the mound to field. It is Hershey. Steps and throws over to first, and that will end the inning, but not before a 4th run is added to their lead by Central Missouri. To the bottom of the 4th, Mules 4, Lions 0. Back after this on the MIAA Network.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
We've got our heads in the game,
our minds in the classroom,
our hands in the community,
and our feet ready for the world.
We're a part of the NCAA Division II experience.
Using our skills
at our universities and in our communities. I chose the MIAA.
I chose the MIAA. MIAA, the spirit of our communities.
Southpaw Bobby M. Jones beats right-hander Bobby J. Jones and the Mavs.
Bottom of the 3rd, 4-0. Central Missouri leading Missouri Southern. And the official scorer on that, what I called a triple by Schumacher, is actually going to give him a double. And then there's an error on the right fielder, Gagan. That's the right call after I think about it. Leading off for the Lions in the bottom of the third is Dan Lenz, the catcher, getting his first playing time of this tournament. Ball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. After Lenz, it'll be Ryan Hunter, and it will go to top of the order with Mike Million. The 1-1 is fouled into the Lion dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Long look in at his catcher by Green. He'll finally get the sign. Line and deal. That one once more fouled into the Lion dugout. Dan Lenz doing a great job staying alive. But he has yet to put it in fair territory. Foul tip, they're going to say, on that pitch that was well outside and went to the backstop. And that is fortuitous for the Mules, as if that's just a swing and a miss, then Lenz could scamper on down to first on an incomplete strikeout. The 1-2. Grounded past the diving Taylor at first and down the wall. Picked up by the right fielder Webb, and that'll lead just a long single for Lenz. Take a look at it right here. Put it right back down the line. Taylor, playing well off of it, had very little hope of catching the ball with that dive, but he gave it a shot and came up empty. So now it's Ryan Hunter. And he'll say it was a foul. Are they saying it was a foul ball or a hit by pitch? They're saying it was a hit by pitch. They're saying it hit the bottom of Hunter's hand. I couldn't tell. From what I heard, it sounded like it may have hit the bat, not necessarily Hunter's hand, but they will say it was a hit by pitch. And so following the single and then the hit by pitch, Zach Whalen is going to go out and talk to Mason Green to get him to call down just a bit. That puts runners on first and second with nobody out, and the top of the order for the Lions upcoming. A good chance for them to strike back here. Green, a lefty, will take a check of the runner Lenz at second, who's being held by Madera. The first pitch is high and outside, ball 1. Trying with that sweeping leg kick. Sweeping slide step, I should say, not necessarily a leg kick. Might have thrown his rhythm off a little bit, and now there'll be a mound visit. Going out, talk with his starting pitcher, his assistant coach, Damian Stamberski. Tell him just take his time, take a deep breath, and throw. No one is up in Central Missouri's bullpen, as it is just the third inning, and Central Missouri is up 4-0. But at this early going, Mason Green, the sophomore, on a little bit of shaky ground inside the Missouri Southern dugout there, as they are anxiously awaiting how this game will go. Another look inside Central Missouri as they're just kind of hanging out, being up 4-0 here in the bottom of the third, and this is a very long mound visit. Home plate umpire went out there and he was a part of it for a little bit, and as he's leaving, he will politely ask the catcher, Whalen, to join him, to which Whalen obliges. So now it's Mike Million, the batter. He struck out swinging in the first inning. It was a heck of a battle between him and Green, but Green ended up getting the better of it. The 1-0. That's sent into left field. One run is in. Being waved around to score is also coming in is Dan Lenz. Excuse me, just Lenz is the only one to score from second. That was a great base rip. Schumacher got on it in a hurry.
Number 33,
and he was able to hold everyone else to just one base, but Lenz able to cruise on into home from second base. And there's still nobody out and runners at first and second for the Lions here. Batter is Freddie Landers, the third baseman. First pitch to Landers, missing outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Green coming into today, prone to give up some hits with 47 in his 60-plus innings of work. The 1-0 on the outside corner with a fastball, strike one. Sun is finally starting to come through the clouds here. The entire first game between Missouri Southern and Lindenwood was played in rather gloomy gray clouds, and it was quite brisk. Sun coming out has it warming up just a little bit. The 1-1 outside, 2-1. Wind is blowing in directly from right field. So about the only chance of a home run is if a right-hand hitter can smash it straight down the left field line. Checking their quarterback cards as far as what the plays are and the signs. Now they'll get on. Right over there at first is Million, the center fielder. The runner at second is Hunter, the left fielder. The 2-1 to Landers, low, it's 3-1. The center fielder the sophomore Mason Green is starting to show some cracks here in this bottom of the third, but it's still all him. First baseman Taylor playing well off the line. Second baseman Sinks trying to hold Hunter close to the base. The 3-1. Outside ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Troy Gagan, number 3 hitter of the Lions.
Number 8, right fielder Troy
Gagan in his last couple games against Central Oklahoma, he was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a walk, and then in this game that just concluded, he was 1 for 3, a sacrifice fly, a walk, a run scored. So, in a bit of a mini slump, but getting on by keeping a close eye on the strike zone. Ball hits the outside corner, strike one. Only 1 for his last 6 in these last 2 games. A 167 batting average, but on the whole, Gagan is a 282 hitter. The 0-1 low, blocked by Whalen, keeping it close. So it makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. Green bends at the waist, a long look in as he's trying to find the right sign as well as compose himself. He gets one that he likes, nods, comes set. A check at Million at second. And he deals low. Once again, a nice block. Keeps the runners stranded. It is 2-1 now. on Troy Gagnon. And that is 6 balls in the last 8 pitches by Green. 7 of 9 if you take away the hit from Million. 2-1 outside, 3-1. And with every ball, the Missouri Southern bench gets more and more fired up, as do their fans who made the short jaunt from Joplin, Missouri, here to Pittsburgh, Kansas. There's nowhere for Gagnon to go. Green has got to face him here. Green will come set and deliver. Ball sent up into medium deep center field. Janvert will make the catch, tagging, and coming in to score is Hunter, and also tagging from second and advancing to third is Million. A very productive out right there by Troy Gagnon. So now their batter will be Denver Coffee.
Denver Coffee.
Coffee in his first at-bat flew out to center, struck out swinging. Score now 4-2. Missouri Southern leading Central Missouri. Runners on first and third with 1 out, and Coffee will take a big hack and come up empty. Runner over there at first is Landers. Doesn't have great speed, but he's still being held on by Taylor. Check of Flanders. Now the pitch swung on and missed, and Coffee cannot catch up to the high fastball. And unless he learns to lay that off, he's going to head back to the bench here quickly. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Low and in, ball 1. Trying to cross Coffee up with a breaking ball. Coffee lays off easily. This whole inning started with a single. Catcher Dan Lentz was immediately followed by Ryan Hunter getting plunked. Mike Million hit a single. Freddie Landers drew a walk. Troy Gagnon flew out to center, and now Denver Coffee is rung up looking on a pitch on the lower outside corner. That's the second out of the inning. A big strikeout for Mason Green and the Mules as they lead 4-2 and want to hold on to this 2-run advantage. Here's another look at it, and yeah, that looked to be on the outside part of the plate and about knee high. Right call. Extra swims. We'll watch a breaking ball bend its way into the zone. Swims drew a walk in his last at bat, but then was cut down on a 6 unassisted fielder's choice. Off a ground ball from Matt Miller. 0-1. Fastball on the outside edge. No balls, 2 strikes. Matt Miller grounded a ball to the shortstop Alex Madera, and Madera tried to do a 6-3 double play. Was only able to retire Swims, going from first to second. And stepping off, and after taking second, nice job there by Freddie Landers, realizing the motion and tendency of Green, able to steal second base even though Green stepped off. So I'll put runners at second and third. with 2 outs. Oh, there are 2 strikes on Swims. Swims will get the very end of the bat on it and round it into the on-deck circle where it's fielded by Miller. Top of your screen, the runner there at second base is Landers, near side. The runner is Million. The 0-2 incoming from Green as Whalen flashing through the signs. And now neither Whalen nor Green can get on the same page, so he'll step off. Defense playing a little deeper against Swims. Now that Green and Whalen on the same side, here's the pitch. Punched out of play. 4-2 here in the bottom of the third. Central Missouri leading Missouri Southern. Central Missouri scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Meanwhile, the Lions have scored 2 here in the bottom of the third to ensure that Central Missouri doesn't just run away from this game. Once again, the 0-2. Bouncing away from the catcher and coming home to score is going to be Landers, and getting over to third is Million. A fastball spiked in the dirt, got away from the catcher Whalen. That's a wild pitch. Here it is again, and it just hit right on home and gave Whalen no shot. Great read from third. Allowed him to score. So now it's 4-3. And Swims trying to stay alive. Check swing. Did not go. And on the outside corner, it's a ball. Two and two. Runner at third is Landers. He's the tying run here in the early going. Swims trying to find a way on and maybe drive in Landers at the same time. The 2-2 on the outside corner, strike 3 called. And Swims hung up, called out on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts looking to end the third, but not before Missouri Southern's able to score 3 and make it a 1-run game. To the fourth we go. It's Central Missouri 4, Missouri Southern 3. Back after this with more of the 2019 MIAA Baseball Championship.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
We've got our heads in the game,
our minds in the classroom,
our hands in the community,
and our feet ready for the world.
We're a part of the NCAA Division II experience.
Using our skills
at our universities and in our communities. I chose the MIAA.
I chose the MIAA.
MIAA, the spirit of our communities.
Only strand 1. Make this a 1-run ball game. Zach Whalen, the catcher, will lead things off. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike against him. In his last at-bat, he laid down a sacrifice bunt that moved up the runners to second and third. The 1-1 was on the outside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes. After Whalen, it'll be Janvrin and Madera, top two hitters in the Mule lineup. The 1-2, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Righty up in Missouri Southern bullpen. Ball that gets right past the third baseman Landers. Landers trying to get to it, but just out of his reach. That's a leadoff single for Zach Whalen and the Mules.
Number 1, center fielder, Mason Janvrin.
So they'll bring up Mason Janvrin. Janvrin is 1 for 2. Flew out to center in the first inning and singled in the second. Throw over to first. And back standing up is Whalen. Big sweeping curveball. Will miss down and away, ball 1. Straight away defensively. The infield is set up for a double play with Swims and Coffee near second base, and Miller holding the runner over at first. 2 balls and no strikes. Zach Whalen, the runner over there. Whalen 0 for 2 in stolen base attempts this year, so not a threat to run, although he may be going in order to lessen the likelihood of a double play. Quick conference at the mound between Hershey and Lenz. Ball gonna bounce through the left side of the infield. Back-to-back singles to lead off the 4th. And right after Missouri Southern gets some sort of momentum, Central Missouri is out to take it right back. Here's another look at it. Driven right into the turf in front of home and out of both the outstretched arm of Coffee and Landers, the shortstop and third baseman for Missouri Southern respectively. Now up, Alex Madera squares around for a bunt and pulls it back in time, ball 1. Hershey came on in the second inning in relief, and now he's trying to get a bunt over to Hershey in the mound, and he's able to get on it quickly enough to throw to third and cut down Zach Whalen going from second to third. Great defense there by the Lions.
Right fielder number 16.
Going to second is Janvrin. Getting to first on the fielder's choice is Madera. Did a good job of squaring around and setting himself up to put the button down. He might have had that back foot out of the box where a pedantic person could have argued that he should have been called out for being out of the box. But the majority of him was in the box. Now the batter will be Eric Webb. He sends it into right field. Gagan keeps on drifting back. He'll catch it and then sling it in to Coffee at second base for out number 2. Webb took the first pitch that he saw and sent it out there. Going to third is Janvers. And staying at first is Madera. And the ball just kept getting away from Gagan. He had no idea how far it was going to travel, so he was unable to get there and set himself up to try and make a play at third. But there are 2 outs now. Swing and a miss from Harrison Schnurbush, putting his entire frame into that one. All 6 foot of him. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out, runners at the corners. Throw over to first, diving back in safely is Madera. Just barely getting ahead of the throw. Harrison Schnurbush 0 for 1. A pop out to the pitcher and an attempt at a bunt, and then he drew a walk to lead off the third. 1 ball, 1 strike here. A potential spot in the 2019 MIAA Baseball Championship on the line. Another throw over to first, and that one was way wide. Miller bailing out Hershey there, as that looked like it was headed toward the wall that houses some of the equipment here on that third base dugout, and it might have ricocheted out of play there. The 1-1 will hit the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Schnurbush will have to be very selective and careful, but he also needs to defend. Taking off for first is Medeiros, swung on and missed, picked up by the catcher Lenz, and he'll toss it over to Miller at first to complete the strikeout. The first scoreless inning the Mules have had to the bottom of the 4th. It's Central Missouri 4, Missouri Southern 3. Back after this on the MIAA Network.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
We've got our heads in the game,
Our minds in the classroom,
our hands in the community,
and our feet ready for the world.
We're a part of the NCAA Division II experience.
Using our skills
at our universities and in our communities. I chose the MIAA.
I chose the MIAA. MIAA, the spirit of our communities.
No runs on 2 hits. The Mules left 2 on base at the top of the 4th. The bottom of the 4th, the score 4-3, and the first pitch is sent deep into left. Going back is Schnurbush, and it's gone! A game-tying home run by Matt Miller, going the opposite way, taking advantage of the wind. The first pitch that Matt Miller sees in the bottom of the 4th, he sends sailing into left field. And it's a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 4th. What a shot. The moment that ball was hit, it was going a long way. The question was how long, and the answer is over the wall. Here's a look at it again. And he knew it as soon as he hit it. You could see the way he had it come off his hand, and that was well gone for a home run. So now the batter is Caleb Nutting. Nutting watches ball 1 miss outside. The 1-0 on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still no action that I can see down in Central Missouri's bullpen. The 1-1 swung on and missed by Nutting, went over the top of a breaking ball. What makes that opposite field home run even more impressive by Miller is it was a lefty on lefty matchup. Swung on a missed curveball, bounced away from Wheeling just a little bit, but he's able to corral it and then throw on down to Taylor at first to complete the strikeout of Caleb Nutting. So there's 1 out here. The score tied 4-4. And there is indeed someone warming up in Central Missouri's bullpen. And that will do it for Mason Green in the start of this game. He gets 1 out in the 4th and then is immediately replaced. So we're going to step aside for commercial break, come back after this pitching change with more of Game 2, Day 3 of the 2019 MIAA Baseball Championship here on the MIAA Network.
label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
New pitcher for Central Missouri is the 6'4" senior Bryce Kearns of Dexter, Iowa. Starting pitcher Mason Green only went 3 1/3 inning, gave up 4 runs. Still, he outlasted his pitching counterpart Joey Reeves, who only went 1 1/3 inning. First batter that Kearns is going to face, Dan Lenz. And Lenz started all this scoring opportunity off by the Lions by having a single that led off the bottom of the third. Since then, Missouri Southern has scored 4 runs. Lenz eventually came around to score. And that 4 runs so far capped off by the monster home run by Matt Miller. The 1-0 will clip Lenz, two-seamer running inside. And so Lenz is on for the second time today. And with 1 on and 1 out now, Missouri Southern has momentum clearly in their favor. Here's another look at the two-seamer that ran in and got the front shoulder of Lenz. Number 9 hitter Ryan Hunter's up. Long set by Kearns, and then he'll throw a fastball that misses outside, ball 1. Hunter in his last at-bat was hit by a pitch, and he eventually came around to score on the sacrifice fly by Troy Yeager. Long look at the runner over his shoulder by Kearns, and then he'll have a two-seamer, tail well outside of the strike zone. 2 balls and no strikes in the bottom of the 4th, with only 1 out. That being the strikeout of Caleb Nutting. Starting pitcher Mason Green, 2-0, fouled into the netting. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Pretty good turnout for this game between the Lions and the Mules. Many of the Lions fans sticking around after the rather crisp, cool first game that they had against Lindenwood. The 2-1 swung on and missed by Hunter. Last game against Lindenwood, Hunter had a bit of a rough one, going 1 for 4 with just a single, although he did eventually score that time. 2-2, fouled out of play, and he'll stay alive. Hunter, after that single, eventually came around to score on the triple by Freddie Landers. The 2-2, once more spoiled out of play. And Hunter doing a great job of making relief pitcher Bryce Kearns work for this out. Infield set at double play depth. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Bottom dropped out of that pitch at the very last second, and Hunter swung over the top. So that means there's one runner on first with 2 outs here in this bottom of the 4th. Back up to the top of the order with Mike Million. Million 1 for 2. Struck out swinging in the first, singled and later scored in the 3rd. He's on that first pitch that he sees from Kearns and will foul it into the back netting. Game started off with Central Missouri scoring 2 in the first. They then tacked on additional runs in the 2nd and the 3rd. Missouri Southern scored 3 in the bottom of the 3rd, and then a solo shot from Matt Miller started this bottom of the 4th off and tied things up at 4 apiece. Check swing foul out of play by Million. So we'll stay here at no balls in, 2 strikes. The 0-2 high and tight and spinning out of the way is Million. He does wear that cheek protector, but that would have rung his bell a little bit if it had made contact, even though he was wearing that. He'll take his time digging back into the box and settle in, foot right on that back line. Facing off against relief pitcher Bryce Kearns. Ground ball to third baseman Schnurbush, who gets it over to first in time. Million hustling down the line, nearly beat it out. And that will end the 4th, but not before a monster home run by Matt Miller ties this game up at 4 apiece. To the 5th we go. It's 4-4. Back after this on the MIAA Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Top of the 5th. It's a tie ball game at 4-4 thanks to a home run by Matt Miller. At the bottom of the 4th, the Lions scored 1 run on 1 hit. They left 1 runner on. Still no errors committed by the Mules in this contest. Missouri Southern has committed just 1.
Leading off for Central Missouri, second baseman number 6, Michael Sinks.
Batter will be Michael Sinks leading things off for Central Missouri. Sinks tripled in the first and struck out swinging in the 3rd. Square around the bunt and come up empty. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 tipped into the glove of the catcher Lentz. No balls and 2 strikes now. Long look in. The catcher Hershey. The 0-2 swung on and missed, blocked by Lentz. He'll step in front of home. Throw it down to first to complete the strikeout. And that's the first out of the inning here to start the fifth. Bradley Hershey's come in and done phenomenal work since relieving starting pitcher Joey Reeves back in the second inning. That strikeout was the third by Hershey today. The 0-1 will be ripped foul of first base, and nice hands over there by the first base coach for Central Missouri. It's no balls and 2 strikes on Cole Taylor, who struck out swinging and grounded out to first. The 0-2 laying off the ball in the dirt, recognizing pitch patterns by Hershey, and going to force Hershey to do something a little different to try and get Taylor out here. The 1-2, right back at the same position with that same pitch, and bounces away from the catcher Lenz this time. With nobody on, doesn't matter much. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the fifth. The 2-2, that's a breaker that will drop. Oh, it's high. And Hershey thought it was a strike. He was walking around the mound. He couldn't believe it. And it definitely ended up in the zone. Hershey smiling, a little bit of a disbelieving smile. Now he comes set, gets serious. The 3-2's foul away. I thought that was in the zone, but it probably crossed the plate high and then ended up being caught, because that breaking ball that Hershey has some serious drop to it. I wouldn't have been surprised if it crossed at the shoulders and then was caught at the belt, but he'll come back and start this one at the belt and end up at the knee. Swinging over the top of it is Taylor. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the fifth for Bradley Hershey. Has 2 outs in the top of the fifth. And now is Josh Schumacher. Schumacher 1 for 1 today. He doubled in the third, got to third base on an error by Troy Gagnon, as Gagnon couldn't field the ball cleanly off the wall. The double scored Harrison Schnurbush, putting up Central Missouri 4-0 at the time. Ground ball to the second baseman, swims over to first in time for the out. 1, 2, 3, go the Mules in the top of the fifth. To the bottom of the fifth we go. It's Central Missouri 4, Missouri Southern 4. Back after this on the MIAA Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Bottom of the fifth, the score is 4-4 in the top of the fifth. Central Missouri scored no runs on no hits. They had nobody left as they went down 1-2-3. Leading things off is going to be Freddie Landers for the Lions. Landers is 0 for 1 officially, grounding out to short. although he has drawn a walk in hhis last plate appearance, and he'll watch strike one go right through the zone. The 0-1, foul tipped into the mitt of Whalen. It's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Central Missouri, an automatic ticket to the 2019 MIAA Baseball Championship game if they win. Check swing, going over third baseman Schnurbush, throw over to first in time. It was a half-hearted check swing by Landers to keep himself alive, and it ended up rolling all the way to third, and a great job by Schnurbush to pounce on it. Now over there at first, Taylor is not happy with his cleat, may have something in there, so he's tying his shoe, retying his cleat. Unaware of what was going on was Kearns, and he had to be told to step off by his dugout. Now everyone is giving Taylor a bit of a hard time about how to tie his cleat. And now he gets some sarcastic applause. Back to the action that matters. Troy Gagger is the batter. And Gagin, is the batter. And he will watch a ball almost hit him in the knees. And now he'll send it down the line and right, running over and making the catch on the run is Webb very quickly. It's 2 up and 2 down for the Lions here in the bottom of the 5th. Solid stroke by Gagin. Just underneath it a little too much. You can see right there, dropped the bat head just enough, and that allowed Webb to track it and make the catch on the run. Brings up Denver Coffey, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Struck out once looking and once swinging. The 0-1 from Kearns. Bounce in the dirt, ball 1. Coffey will ground it foul of third, sharply hit, but on the wrong side of the bag. Coffey, a .274 hitter coming into today, having played in all 50 of the Lions games thus far this season. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th. The 2-2 high, 3-2. Kearns tried to get Coffey to chase that one. But Coffey was able to lay off. The 3-2, all 4. Denver Coffey draws a 2-out walk here in the bottom of the 5th.
Second baseman number 1, Dexter Swims.
Allows the inning to continue and allows Dexter Swims to enter the plate. Swims 0 for 1 officially. Drew a walk back in the second. Struck out looking in the third. Coffey over there at first. Doesn't have very many steals. Only 6, but they've all come in every chance that he has attempted to steal a base. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Game following this one will be between Missouri Western State University Griffins and the Pittsburgh State Gorillas, the number 8 and 4 seeds respectively. The 1-1 outside, 2-1. Kearns really showing off the velocity, but having trouble staying in the zone. thrown 31 2/3 innings this year and has a 5.48 ERA. 2-1 is sent into center, and drifting back and leaping up just a bit is Janvrin to put it away for the out. Through 5, we're tied up at 4. Back with more baseball here on the MIAA Network after these messages.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
First 4 innings were very eventful, with 8 runs being scored combined. Since then, not much has happened. As we go to the top of the 6th, the score is tied 4-4 between Central Missouri and Missouri Southern. Bradley Hershey is out, starting his second clean inning. Hershey came in, in the second inning. And he's going to face Donovan Ditto, and he'll fall behind 2 balls and no strikes immediately. Few Lions playing catch down in their bullpen, but no one seems in any hurry to get warmed up to come in this game. The 2-0 missing low and in, it's 3-0 now. Ditto today is 1 for 2, hit a single, and he's grounded out to the pitcher, and he'll draw a 4-pitch walk. Runner on to begin Central Missouri's half of the 6th inning. Saw Denver Coffey, the shortstop, there for the Lions. The emotional leader of Missouri Southern, freshman Dexter Swims, who's got a bright future ahead of him with how he has shown his play. Swing around the bunt as Williams back pick down to first, and diving in safely is Ditto, and that was very close over there at first. Nice strong throw by Lenz, the catcher. Nearly got Ditto off of the bag. Ball 1 as Williams was able to pull the bat back in time. That's 5 straight balls thrown by Hershey. Check the runner, the 1-0. Grounded through the hole past the diving Landers at third. First 2 runners aboard for the Mules in the top of the 6th. And they are starting to threaten that position in the championship game in sight. Mound visit, it appears to be incoming for the Lions. The entire infield coming in. Hershey has gone through the order twice. So maybe now at this point the Mule batters have started being able to time him up. Scores 4-4. There are runners on first and second with nobody out. Donovan Ditto drew a walk to start the inning, and that was immediately followed by a single by Josh Whalen just now. And while they're having a mound visit, there's also a hitting conference. Right-hander down in the Missouri Southern bullpen. Appears to be Brennan Covington, 6'1" right-hander. Top of the order for the Mules, and Mason Jarvin will step in to face off against Bradley Hershey at the moment. Jarvin 2 for 3. He'll lay down a bunt. Picked up by Hershey. They're going to go to third, and in time once again. Bradley Hershey defending the mound against the bunt in a phenomenal fashion, quickly getting off the mound and fielding it and making strong, accurate throws where he is told to. Let's take a look at it one more time. That was a good bunt by Jarvin. It just wasn't anywhere beyond the range of Hershey. So Hershey was able to get it and sling it over to Landers at third for the first out of the inning. That puts runners at first and second with one out. Alex Madera, the batter. The pitch just low and away, ball one. Madera in his previous at-bats doubled in the first, popped out in the second, and flew out to center in the fourth. Check of the runner at second. The 1-0 is sent deep into right. Going over to get it is Gagan on the run. He'll make a nice running catch, spin, and throw into Swims, but tagging and advancing to third is Zach Whalen. So now the runners at the corners with two outs. Central Missouri is looking at this golden chance being wasted. There you can see the great job of catching it on the run and being able to spin, plant, and throw by Gagan. One ball and no strikes on Webb, and going down to second on the pass ball as it bounced away from the catcher Lenz is Janvrin. One ball and no strikes with two outs. Runners at second and third for Central Missouri. Hershey gets the sign that he likes. Comes set and deals. Ball low and away, ball two. The runner at second, Janvrin. The runner at third, Whalen. Janvrin, the center fielder, got good speed. He could score from a ball hit in the outfield, and that is a just a bit inside, as Bob Euchre would say. 3 balls, no strikes. For the Lions, it'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters in their half of the ninth. There's a much slower, sharper breaking ball that hits the heart of the strike zone for strike one. Webb was taking all the way, so it was a safe pitch to throw. The 3-1, and that one is a breaking ball that stays up. A 2-out walk, loads the bases. And Bradley Hershey could be nearing the end of his energy tank. Harrison Schnurbush, the batter, who's 0 for 2, having popped out to the pitcher on a bunt and striking out swinging. He also drew a walk in the third. He's eventually brought around to score on a double. Hershey has the ball fouled off the foot of Schnurbush, and then Schnurbush showing some excellent putting skills, able to send it over to Central Missouri's dugout after it died near his feet. No balls, 1 strike, bases loaded, 2 out, 6-6 in the top, 4-4, excuse me, in the top of the 6th. Hershey will step off and reset. Lenz will set up on the outside and have Schnurbush swing over the top for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Big at bat here Momentum could swing either way based on how this turns out. Long looking at his catcher. And the pitch from Hershey. That's high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slipped out of the hands there of Hershey, and that missing well high. Lenz runs to the signs. Now he and Hershey on the same page. The 1-2 is grounded to the third baseman Landers. Double pump throw over to first in time, and working out a bases loaded jam is Bradley Hershey to keep this game tied at 4 apiece. To the bottom of the 6th, it's 4-4. Back with more of the 2019 MIAA Baseball Championship after these messages.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Bottom of the 6th, we are tied up at 4. Central Missouri jumped out to an early 4-0 lead in the first 3 frames. In the bottom of the 3rd, Missouri Southern scored 3 and added a 4th in the bottom of the 4th, courtesy of a home run from this man right here, Matt Miller. Matt Miller will swing at the first as he sees. Grounded over to Sinks, who is stationed in shallow right field. Put over to first in time for the out.
Number 55, Caleb Nutting.
But since that home run by Miller in the 4th, there has been no scoring. Take a look at it again. A sharply hit ground ball, and Sinks playing well back in order to have some opportunity. Ball sent down the line and out of play. Running over to give it a look was the left fielder Schumacher, and some of his teammates apparently thought that he was seriously going to try and make a play because they kept screaming that it was out in order to get him to stop. No balls and 1 strike on Caleb Nutting. And the ball is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nutting 0 for 2. He struck out looking and he struck out swinging. 1-1. Low and away. Ball 2. Nutting coming into today's game, 257 batting average. 2-1, swung on and missed. That was right at his letters, and he could not catch up to it. Nutting has a problem with strikeouts as he has struck out 48 times. 2-2, grounded over to first where Taylor will pick it up and take it to bag himself for out number 2. That's Dan Lenz who's up. It's going to see how Nutting just kind of rolled over that ball toward first base. Lenz will swing over the top of a breaking ball in the dirt. He made up his mind to take a hack as soon as he stepped in the box, regardless of what he saw. And so he comes up empty. The 0-1 will be flied out of play down the right field line. Carnes taking a deep breath. And he'll have a ball sent into left field. Drifting back is Schumacher, and he's right at the warning track. Bends at the knees and catches it at his eyes. That was hit a long way, but it just is a loud out. 1, 2, 3 goes Missouri Southern in the bottom of the 6th. Through 6 complete. The score is 4-4. Back with more baseball on the MIAA Network after this.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Top of the 7th, we are still deadlocked at 4. Central Missouri scored 4 runs on 9 hits. Missouri Southern 4 runs on 3 hits. Additionally, the Lions have committed an error, while the Mules have not. Coming out to start the 7th is Bradley Hershey, who has been on the hill for the Lions since the 2nd inning. Faced everyone at least twice. Working on his way through a 3rd time with this Central Missouri lineup. Leading things off, Michael Sinks, who has 1 for 3, a triple in the 1st. Since then, he has struck out twice. The 0-1 from Hershey to Sinks is a big breaking ball that is caught in the zone but crossed high. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 low and away, 2-1. 2 righties up in the Missouri Southern bullpen. Also a righty starting to get loose in Central Missouri's bullpen. It's 3-1 now on Sinks. Clouds have rolled back in, and it's gotten a little chillier. Hershey gets the sign from Lenz. The pitch, yanked foul of 3rd, so the count runs full. Pitcher down in the Central Missouri bullpen is Evan Rathburn. Rathburn has seen quite a bit of action in this tournament. And in the last 2 games Central Missouri has played in, the 3-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. Sinks a strikeout victim for the 3rd time tonight. On the sombrero, my friend.
Number 9, first baseman Cole Taylor.
It's the first out of the inning. And Cole Taylor will step up. Additionally, that's the 5th strikeout registered by Hershey. Ball hitting the right field. Diving catch by Troy Gagin. And he hit the turf hard, and he's knocked the wind out of himself, but he got the out. He went all out for that one, and the bench loving it. Here's another look. Ball was trailing away from him, and he had to dive. He wanted to make any sort of a play on that without it going into the corner, and he was able to do so and make the catch. Phenomenal defense that Gagin has played in this these 2 games today for the Lions. That diving catch there, plus a great catch on the run to start a 9-2 double play to cut down a potential run against the Lions earlier this morning. The 1-0 fouled out of play by Joel Schumacher. Between Gagnon and Mike Million. A lot of highlight reel plays put up by this Missouri Southern defense. The 1-1. Big 12-6 breaking ball and swing over the top of Schumacher. Go-to pitch, it seems like, for Hershey when he's in a jam is that 12-6 breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody on, 2 out here in the top of the 7th. Hershey deals, and it hits the very back heel of Schumacher. That will keep the inning alive for Central Missouri, and that is rather frustrating if you're a Lions fan. And now Donovan Ditto will step in, the designated hitter who is 1 for 2. His lone hit a single. Fastball in the lower outside corner, strike 1. Outside of that, he's grounded out to the pitcher and drawn a walk. Conservative lead over there at first by Schumacher. He'll draw a throw anyways. A hard throw chest high over to the first baseman Miller. Just enough to keep Schumacher honest. Lions will have their 9-1-2 hitters up in the bottom of the 7th. The 0-1 is soared into shallow center field where Million will grab it for out number 3. With that, the Mules are retired. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time here at Al Ortolani Field. Sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game in the commercial break. Back with more baseball here on the MIAA Network.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Bottom of the 7th, phenomenal defense by right fielder Troy Gagnon. Keeps it that way. He made a diving catch on a ball hit by Cole Taylor down the line and right. That had Mules only get 1 base runner courtesy of Joel Schumacher being hit in the heel, but not score any runs. Carnes out there to start his 3rd clean inning after he came in the 4th in relief of Mason Green. And he will face off against Ryan Hunter. Hunter has been hit by a pitch and struck out swinging. The 0-1, that bounces through the zone, but that is a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right there at the second baseman, Sinks playing in shallow right field. A lot of Central Missouri's defense predicated on shifting around, and in order to give himself plenty of room to make plays, Sinks will play in shallow right. 2-1 is fouled in and out of the mitt of catcher Whalen. Digging back in will be Hunter. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kearns gets the sign from Whalen and deals. Ground ball into center field. Past Sinks. Sinks drifted over toward first and into shallow right. Couldn't get over to it. It's a leadoff single for Ryan Hunter and the Lions here in the bottom of the 7th. Went right back up the middle, kind of bouncing off the first base side of the mound. Kearns a little frustrated about that. Putting on a running glove over there is Hunter at first. Protects his hand and keeps his wrist firm for if he goes with the head first dive into a base. Back to the top of the order. Mike Millian lays down a bunt over to Kearns. His only place to first. That will cut down Millian, but getting to second is Hunter. Now there's a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Great job by Millian, able to square around, just deaden the ball right to the pitcher where the only play is to first. Freddie Landers now up. Infield still at normal depth for the Mules. Second baseman Sinks wanting to hold Hunter close to second. Pitched low and in, low and away, ball 1. After Landers, it'll be Troy Gagin for the Lions. After this game, it'll be Missouri Western and Pittsburgh State, with the winner to take on Central Oklahoma. The 1-0 at the knees, strike 1. Look inside the Central Missouri dugout briefly. There, the runner at second, Hunter, takes his lead. Another slight shimmy step, shifted towards second, so to look inconspicuous. Ground ball hit into left field, and wasting around third is Hunter. Cutting it off is Schumacher, and that's going to force Landers to scamper back to first. But the Lions have a 5-4 lead, their first lead of the game here in the bottom of the 7th. Take one more look at it right here. A smoked shot right down the line. Leaping to try and make the catch with Schnurbush at third, but just out of his reach. A single, a sac bunt, a single, and the Lions have their first lead of the game. Now Troy Gagin is going to try and add on to it. Ball 1 low and away in the dirt. Gagin made a phenomenal diving catch in the last inning to cut down extra bases. 2 pitchers are up in Central Missouri's bullpen down the left field line. The 1-0 low, 2-0. Central Missouri winning this, they would get an automatic berth into the championship tomorrow. If Missouri Southern wins, they will force a decisive game to be played with the winner going to the championship. The 2-0 fouled out of play right over the net. And there you can see the nicely packed out bleachers that are here at Al Ortolani Field. Lots of fans coming out to support their teams. As it's on a Saturday, they can make the trip. The 2-1 at the knees, 2-2, and Gagin had his legs locked up with that one. Wanted to swing, but could not pull the trigger. Luckily for him, it's just strike 2. Check of the runner over there at first. The 2-2 is sent soaring down the line and right and out of play. So we'll stay put at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 is fouled out of play into the Central Missouri dugout. Runner at first is Landers. RBI single scoring Ryan Hunter to give Missouri Southern Their 5-4 lead. The pitch from Carnes, grounded to third, picked up to second for one, over to first, in time, around the horn. 5-4-3 double play, and that will end the 7th. Going to the 8th, though. Missouri Southern tacks on one to take an a 5-4 advantage. Back after this with more baseball here on the MIAA Network.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
In the bottom of the 7th, Lions scored 1 run on 2 hits. They left no one on, courtesy of a double play. Started by Schnurbush at third. Sent over to Sinks at second, and ending up in the hands of Taylor at first. Still out there, wheeling and dealing for the Lions is Bradley Hershey. Hershey, the right-hander out of Coffeyville, Kansas, who came to Missouri Southern courtesy of Coffeyville Community College. Leading things off for Central Missouri in the top of the 8th is the catcher, Zach Whalen. Following him, it'll be Mason Janvrin and Alex Madera. 9-1-2 for Central Missouri here. The 0-1 squaring around as if to bunt, but not fully committing. Take a ball low and away. Look over there, second baseman Dexter Swims. The 1-1 grounded. Cut off by Landers at third, spins and throws to first in time. Great play right there by Freddie Landers. Getting his glove out there as he moved to his left, then spinning around to make the play. Set his feet and throw over.
Number 1,
now the batter is Mason Janvrin, who's 2 for 4 with 2 singles, has yet to score in this game. Ball throws so hard it pops out of the glove of Lenz. Here's that look at the ground ball out by Whalen, and you saw phenomenal hand-eye and footwork by Landers there, keeping his glove and head down to field it, spinning around to give himself time to collect it, and a strong throw over to first. Then retired Whalen. It's 1 ball and 1 strike against Janvrin. The 1-1 is sent into shallow left field, and it's going to drop in front of Million. A 1-out single for Mason Janvrin, and he's going to try to spark this Central Missouri offense with that hit.
Number 7, shortstop Alex Madera.
Janvrin, a threat to steal, a terror on the base paths. Attempted 40 steals, and it's been successful 33 times. Alex Madera on deck, at bat. Throw over to first, and Janvrin will dive back in with a head-first slide. Madera is 1 for 4. Ball grounded to the second baseman. Swims, thought about going to second. Instead, he'll go to first for the sure out. That's the second time today that Dexter Swims has had a ground ball where he's considered going to second base, but he's made the smart play to go to first. He's made a quick check over there, realized there was no hope, and gone over to first for the out. Now it's Eric Webb's turn, who hasn't had a hit since the first inning when he doubled And scored Madeira, and then he later scored on the triple by Michael Sinks. He'll foul the ball off the plate and then off himself, strike one. Since that double in the first, Webb has popped out to short, flown out to center, and drawn a walk. Entering today's game, Webb was a .416 hitter. The 0-1 is sent into left, drifting back and going after it is Hunter. He'll circle around where it's going to land and grab it with one hand for the final out of the eighth. So the one-out single comes for naught to the bottom of the eighth. It's the Lions 5, the Mules 4. Back after this with more MIAA baseball here on the MIAA Network.
And more than 300 individual national championships during
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Bottom of the eighth, the score is 5-4. Missouri Southern leading Central Missouri. A new pitcher for the Mules. And that is the right-hander Connor Dreyer. Dreyer, hybrid pitcher outfielder from Felton, Missouri.
Connor Dreyer. At the plate for Missouri Southern, number 10, shortstop, Denver Coffee.
Leading things off for the Lions in the bottom of the eighth is Denver Coffee. He'll foul off the first pitch that he sees. Coffee is 0 for 2. He struck out swinging, struck out looking, but he has drawn a walk. That is the extent of Coffee's contribution offensively to the Lions today in this game. The 0-1 foul tipped into the glove of Whalen, and Coffee is in danger of becoming a strikeout victim for the third time. The 0-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. No, check swing on the inside corner. And Coffee goes down looking. That's his third strikeout of the game. Have a sombrero. There's one out in the bottom of the eighth. Batter is Dexter Swims. Here's another look at it. It just locked up the knees of Coffee, and he knew it too. Swims 0 for 2, struck out looking. He's drawn a walk and flown out to center, and he had a screamer into the Missouri Southern dugout that then bounced out on the far side. On the assistant coaches charged for getting that one. The 0-1 grounded. Shortstop Madeira, he'll scoop it up. Strong throw over to first in time for out number 2. And we are nearing the conclusion of this match and determination if we have a play-in game tomorrow or not.
Number 40,
2 outs.
Matt Miller.
Here in the bottom of the eighth, Matt Miller, the batter, whose home run tied the game up in the bottom of the fourth. And watch a strike on the outside corner for Central Missouri. They have scheduled to come up in the top of the ninth. Schnurbush, Sinks, and Taylor. 0-1 is bounced foul. No balls and 2 strikes. There might be a fair amount of swap around, though. There's second baseman Sinks, who is due up second in the top of the 9th. The 0-2 swung on and missed a high fastball, and Dreyer comes in and puts the Lions down 1-2-3. To the 9th we go. It's Missouri Southern 5, Central Missouri 4. Back with the thrilling conclusion of this game of the 2019 MIAA Baseball Championship right after this.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Top of the 9th. Score Missouri Southern 5, Central Missouri 4. Coming out to try and complete the win he has rightfully earned is Bradley Hershey. Hershey will start the 9th off facing Harrison Schnurbush, who has popped out to the pitcher, walked, struck out swinging, and grounded to third. Ball 1 to begin this at-bat. Defense straight away for the Lions here. The 1-0 grounded toward third, and it will be picked up foul. Throw over, and what a throw, even though it didn't matter, by Freddie Landers. Wow. He was falling well foul, and he put that on a dime in the glove of Miller over at first. The 1-1. That one sent into left field. It's going to 2-hop the left fielder, Hunter. And throwing it in to the shortstop, Coffey. It's a runner on with nobody out. Here to begin the 9th. A scary start to this 9th inning. So now the batter will be Michael Sinks, the second baseman. Here's another look at that, just right over the leaping Coffey. Foul hit to Landers, to second for 1, over to first, in time! Around the horn double play! Started by Freddie Landers, and a great turn at second base by Dexter Sinks. Playing in on the grass, an expectation of the double gave Landers plenty of time to start the 5-4-3 double play. And now with 2 outs and nobody on, the batter is Cole Taylor. Bradley Hershey 1 out away from completing this win, and he drops a curveball underneath the barrel head of Taylor on the inside. Strike 1. What a play by Landers at third to start the double play of the 0-1. Fastball fouled out of play, and Central Missouri down now to their final strike with a chance to play automatically in the championship tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Lions, if they can get this win, will force a playoff game. The 0-2. Two-seamer that is way outside. Ball 1. Bradley Hershey came in with 2 outs in the second inning and has been in here ever since. Curveball swung on a miss over the top by Taylor. Picked up by Lentz, thrown over to first. Ball game! The Missouri Southern Lions win 5-4 behind a miraculous pitching performance of Bradley Hershey out of the bullpen. We'll be back after this break with final stats here from Al Orlani Field. Back after this on the MIAA Network.
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of the Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/teamworks.
We've got our heads in the game,
Our minds in the classroom,
our hands in the community,
and our feet ready for the world.
We're a part of the NCAA Division II experience.
Using our skills
at our universities and in our communities. I chose the MIAA.
I chose the MIAA. MIAA, the spirit of our communities. Communities.
Welcome back to the final time for this game between the Missouri Southern State University Lions and the University of Central Missouri Mules, where the Lions emerge victorious by the score of 5-4. For their part, Missouri Southern scored 5 runs on 5 hits. They committed 1 error, and they only left 4 on base. The winning pitcher, and well-deserved, Bradley Hershey, coming in, throwing 7 2/3 of nearly perfect baseball, only giving up 1 run. That was in the 3rd inning. Meanwhile, on the Central Missouri Mules, they scored 4 runs on 11 hits, committed no errors, but they left 11 runners on base. The losing pitcher is Bryce Carnes. He gave up a solo home run in the 4th that tied the game, and then he allowed the game-winning run in the bottom of the 7th. So with that, these two teams will square off again. This time it will be tomorrow. And there you see Bradley Hershey, the celebration the Lions had following that stalwart pitching performance. These two will play again tomorrow at 9 a.m. with a chance to win the 2019 MIAA Tournament Championship and get their ticket there. So, with that, we will step aside for a brief break as the field will be set up, and in approximately 45 minutes, you'll see the Missouri Western State University Griffins take on the Pittsburgh State Gorillas. Again, the final score, Missouri Southern 5, Central Missouri 4. Thanks for listening. I've been Joe White. Tune in a little later, folks.
We've got our heads in the game,
Our minds in the classroom,
our hands in the community,
and our feet ready for the world.
We're a part of the NCAA Division II experience.
Using our skills
at our universities and in our communities. I chose the MIAA.
I chose the MIAA. MIAA, the spirit of our communities.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro.
That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of the Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/teamworks.